All right. So in 2022-23, so a couple of years ago, we had a project here in the School of Computing called Running Robot.
Right now, we're in a project called the Running Robot game, which is basically we had to create or have to create a video game based on or inspired by the movie Running Man, the one the was it the 80s, 70s movie. What our team came up with is creating 3 RC cars that we made. So you can choose if you want to be a stalker or you want to be a runner. And they will be mounted with IR lasers and IR receivers, so they'll be able to shoot each other. The way I think about it, it's BattleBots meets laser tag. It's actual physical little remote control vehicles shooting laser beams at each other. They always have to do that in air quotes. So it's kind of cool that we have the hardware, they're driving each other, shooting each other, but then the web application that shows what the scores are, what the health are for those robots.
Okay, so you're going to be working on an improvement to the current Running Robot game. There's some things that we need to fix from the first go around, but then we're also going to introduce some new features along the way. So some of the things are kind of obvious, and then some of them are just gonna, let's have some fun with this. So for starters, some of what they've built last time around wasn't as rugged as it needs to be, so we need to get that fixed. So that's probably going to involve building or designing some printed circuit boards to mount the electronics. But then there are that's just basic fixing stuff. But we can also take this game in some new directions to expand on it and make it even more fun. So, for example, it might be nice to try to introduce some autonomy into it. Right now, those vehicles they're entirely remote controlled. You got a guy who's there with a controller who's steering it and squeezing the trigger to make it shoot. So maybe we can introduce some autonomy. Maybe we can see if we can get these vehicles to drive themselves, or perhaps to decide when it's time to shoot to maximize the accuracy score. So let's see if we can introduce some autonomy into it, perhaps. But then something else we might want to do is perhaps still leave it under human control, but give yourself a first-person view. Or a tank side view. Right now, like I said, you got the person up there with the controller who can see the whole playing field, knows where the various other robots are, so they can evade if they're trying to run away or to shoot if they're trying to shoot. What if you made it a tank side? Put a camera in the vehicle and then project that into either a VR headset or maybe a Google Cardboard setup, and that way your visibility is limited to what the tank can actually see, and you can decide only based on what you see. Especially if it is a VR headset or Google Cardboard, then your visibility is just limited to what's right there. I suppose you could maybe as a first step just put a display on your cell phone, but go ahead and essentially blind the driver to anything except what the camera can see. And then it might be a bit more challenging. Yeah. Here, we're in this scene, we're going to see where having a God's eye view would have really helped our hero in this sequence. He thinks he's getting away. He's going to turn a corner. He thinks he's getting away. He's going to turn a corner. Yeah, there he is. He's finally gotten away. It's safe. Whew. Oh, noes! Now, of course, you might want to do a run, crawl, walk here with the first person view. Initially just a forward-looking camera, and that's pretty simple. But perhaps eventually we can get to the point where you've got, say, one of those 360 view cameras, and that way you can. If you've got the VR headset or the Google Cardboard headset, you can start doing looking over your shoulder thing to see if there's someone behind you, because that might be kind of important. And of course, we can make this even more fun things to do. This game is kind of a little bit of an open-ended project where you can come up with the ideas of what will make it a fun game that people will want to play. If no one else, you. But go out and explore and find new and interesting things to do. So again, this is that running robot game that we worked on a couple of years ago.
Further ado, it's time to start running! On your marks. Get set. Tune in. I'll be back. Only in a rerun. Go!